Hey guys, so I had a question from someone asking me about dieting, and basically I gave them a list of foods that they should consider eating more of, and then things that they should try to stay away from. So we've heard before about the grain controversy, whether or not we should be taking in grains, the most common being gluten, which is what allows it's a protein complex that allows that causes the bread to rise when we cook bread, and it's in a lot of different products. It's not just in bread. So I was doing a little bit of research. I came across an article that I really liked, and it made sense to me. Just let me tell you that I'm not a registered dietitian, and I don't 100%. I'm not 100% certified to give you nutritional advice. However, I'm going to summarize this article for you, and then I'm going to share it. So it will be in the link below if you want to check it out. Of course, this is something from one of our CrossFit friends, right? And they're a little crazy about the paleo diet, but I think it's something that is going to be more and more apparent, and that we're going to see more often than not. And actually, I have a manual too that a chiropractic. My mom gave it to me. She went to the chiropractor, and she ended up getting a bunch of sheets with information on how grains inflame, and they produce anything from joint soreness and arthritis to digestive problems to higher blood pressure to headaches and all kinds of crazy problems that we wouldn't think that grains would cause, right? We've eaten grains for a long time and we've gotten away with it. Think about how you feel the next time that you ingest a lot of grains. Anyways, so he asked me why it is that we shouldn't eat grains. So this is what this article says. It says that grains provoke an inflammatory response in the gut. And this is because lectins, which are specialized proteins found in many plants and foods, they're found in even higher concentration in grains, particularly wheat. And then it goes on to say legumes and even dairy. So you notice with the paleo diet, they don't promote you eat peanut butter, and they don't promote you take in beans and those sort of things. So, and particularly soy. So they're not a big fan of soy either. And it says that these lectins are hardy proteins that don't break down easily, so they're resistant to the stomach acid and digestive enzymes. So they migrate through your digestive tract and disrupt the intestinal membrane, and they damage cells. They actually damage the villi, the single cell layer thick wall of the small intestine that allows you to get good materials into you. It's the permeable membrane that allows you to get materials, even the most microscopic materials. So you think of how your food breaks down and 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 breaks down, and after it's in your small intestine, it's in these very, very small units, molecules, substances that can pass through the membrane. Well, there's some things that don't, such as fiber. Fiber doesn't pass through the membrane, but then it says because of these micro perforations in your intestinal lining, you end up with these foreign substances in your bloodstream. Some of the toxins from your foods, some of the proteins and fats, and whatever is left over when you're done digesting it. And this isn't good, so your body responds with an autoimmune response. And we know some forms of cancer even are autoimmune responses that haven't turned off. The body thinks that it's sick, and so it continues to produce this autoimmune response where the white blood cells go and fight, and when they go and fight, they produce mucus and all kinds of other things. So you feel really mucusy. You feel sort of sick. You feel like maybe you might have. There's even such things as fungus and little pests. I was going to say pesticides, is not even right. I'm trying to think of the little things that feed off of us, the host, right? Gosh, it's such an easy word too. I can't even think of it. Anyways, these things end up in our small intestine, and then the negative downstream effects affect everyone who eat grains. to various degrees. So it depends on how allergic you are to gluten. Some people, I think there's like a 1 through 6 scale. I don't know why there's not a 1 through 10 scale. There's a 1 through 6 scale on how allergic to gluten you are. There is no 0. So keep that in mind. Then it goes on to say that grains spike insulin levels. So anything high in carbohydrates is going to spike insulin level. I think honey is a little bit worse as far as how it spikes your insulin levels. But basically, what happens then is it increases your body's desire to store and repair and recover, which is okay. Unless you're trying to break down, unless you're trying to keep that catabolic process going down, unless you're trying to lose weight. So that's why I would influence someone that was on a diet to take in less grains, and a lot of these carbohydrates that are of grain material end up becoming sugar when they get in your blood because of how processed they are. It's not just flour anymore. There's lots of added sugars, high fructose corn syrup, lots of soy, lots of other things. And this isn't good. So that kind of goes along with the whole empty calories thing, because it also talks about empty calories as well. Well, if you ate a head of lettuce, which sounds disgusting to just do that by itself, but you would have much more fiber, much more vitamins, minerals, what have you, than if you ate the gram per gram equivalent of bread. So you can take in much less calories and get a much more nutritional benefits out of things like broccoli and kale and lots of really awesome vegetables that have lots of vitamins and minerals and that sort of thing in them than you could if you were eating grains. And the grains produce an acidic effect on the body, and the body wants to maintain homeostasis. You put your body in this state where it can't regulate itself very well, and it becomes incapable of responding to its own directions. Again, I'm borrowing this stuff from this article. Finally, actually, I think that was it. I kind of went out of order, but hey, check this article out. It's a great article, especially, and I hope that answers your question for the guy who sent me that question. I know it's a long video, a long response, but hopefully that answers your question. Hey, if you guys have any more questions, I love answering your questions. It helps me learn. I get to give you guys material that you want, and if you have a burning question, something that maybe you think I can help you with, or something maybe you don't think I can help you with, go ahead and send me an answer anyways. If I don't know, I'm just going to tell you I don't know. I mean, I did research on this question, and this is what I found. And so hopefully you guys like my answers, and you can appreciate these videos. Thank you for watching. If you like my videos, make sure you like my Facebook page, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching my videos, and stay tuned for more of Tony's Tips.